Okay, here we go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, those 7, 8, 9, those 10, and those 11. I know.
Everybody hold your applause until the end.
On average, children in the U.S. spend about 32 hours a week watching television. That is getting close to a full-time job. It adds up to about 1,664 hours a year. With that much time being spent, it is every parent's responsibility to know what is best for the children to watch and what is appropriate for the child's age. Today we will look at facts and opinions from such sources such as Procter & Gamble, PBS, and Lidl's in pediatric science and childhood development. With all the harm that we hear that television does to our children, we almost forget the benefits that come from it too. The negative consequences that have been attached to very young children watching too much TV are almost too many to be listed. When analyzing these statistics, it's very important to check and see who is publishing them and who is gathering the numbers. Obviously, a producer for a major children's television show is going to say that his show helps children learn to read, regardless if it does or not. Parents should keep up to date with the current research on this topic. Just recently, researchers at Cordell University have discovered that as children started to watch more television in the 1980s, the rate of autism rose with it too. There has never been a proven relationship between autism and television, but many people think that they are somehow related. Recent studies have also linked the epidemic of childhood obesity to how much a child spends sitting in front of a television. This reminds us that it's not just what the television is doing to a child, it is what it is keeping the child from doing. More importantly though, it's the human interaction that is being missed. The toddler learns from the expression on her parent's face, from the tone of voice being used, and the stance of the parent's bodies. Studies have shown that just having a television on in the background can greatly delay language development, as the parents say much less to the child when the television is on. There is no question that an infant and a toddler learn and retain much better in the real world from their parents than they do from a two-dimensional screen. There are also numerous benefits that can come from a child watching a limited amount of television. During the preschool years, children can learn how to read from educational television such as Sesame Street. Parents just need to remember that children cannot discern what is on the screen besides bright colors before the age of 2. Also, just because a children's show is labeled as a children's show, that does not mean that it is educational. TV is most beneficial when it is watched with the parents. When the TV brings up a topic, the parent can then elaborate and teach it to the child in a way the child can best understand. TV is most beneficial in homes that are not intellectually stimulating. The impact that television has on a child ultimately comes down to the parents. Pediatric experts generally agree that children under the age of 2 should not watch more than 2 hours a day. Those 2 hours in front of the television should usually be spent with an adult who can make sure that the content being watched is appropriate and beneficial. A lot can be learned from certain educational programs, but only if the parents correctly expose the child to them. Television is here to stay, whether we like it or not. Yes, it takes away from more interactive activities for a child, but it also teaches them the 1,000,001 things that they need to know to be successful in the modern world that we as parents may not know or don't have the time to teach. Parents have to be more informed and involved with every aspect of media and the children.
They didn't turn it off till after the applause.
So everybody here's done this except me.